Here we go. Designing your own commercial. This assignment is basically the project that is taking place of the economics craft fair. Usually the craft fair, you have to do a sign, you have to set up a booth, you have to decorate the booth, you have to display your product, you have to make 20 minimum of your product, put it on the table. You have to put lighting in to dress up your booth. You have to basically sit through a lecture on how to win friends and influence people, which talks about how to handle customers in your booth. It's pretty extensive as far as the project goes. So I wanted something that would be somewhat challenging, but not over the top at the end of this trimester. So we have like 3 weeks left, and I want to give you guys at least 2 weeks on this project. Now, if you're a perfectionist, this may seem over the top and daunting, but it's not. Let me just walk you through it real quick and explain how this thing works. So what you're going to do is you're going to basically advertise your product that you create using a commercial. And I'm outlining it here. And you got to have a plot or a storyline. You've got to use one of the types of propaganda you learned before Thanksgiving break. You need to be a minimum of 30 seconds or 3 minutes max in length on your commercial. So your commercial could be 30 seconds, and I'm not going to dock you. And your commercial can go all the way up to 3 minutes, and I'm not going to dock you. You also have to have a video quality that you can create with your own cell phone. I'm not looking for a professional video cinematography, but a good cell phone could capture pretty much what you're looking for. But you must learn the basics of an editing software, and I want you to get a free editing software. And so that's why I include this guy right here. He talks about 3 types of editing software that you can use. DaVinci is one that really kind of mimics, Premiere Pro. He'll talk about that. And there's a couple others that are pretty basic that you can teach yourselves. If you have a different video software that you use, like iMovie or something you use on your cell phone, by all means use it. Use something that is user-friendly to you, that you like. These 3 were just free options that I saw this guy present, and I thought they were pretty good options. If you want something else, then use something else. I'm just not asking you to pay for something, unless, of course, that's something you're going to get into later on. Now, I'm giving you guys an option, too. I would like to have paragraph responses to some of the questions below for a grade. You can, however, create your paragraph in a vlog style after your commercial. So your commercial will be, no more than 3 minutes, and then after that you can do a couple paragraph responses and explain how you did your commercial, kind of like almost like a DVD how-to or making of. Now let's look at what you're going to be graded on. You're going to be graded on basically the time span between 30 seconds to 3 minutes. Now, if your commercial is below that, I'm going to start docking points. If your commercial is above that, I'm going to start docking points. You need to submit a commercial from one of the 3 ways below. You can use a YouTube channel that you guys set up, and you just share the link. You can actually upload it to Outlook Streams, which you guys have linked to your Outlook account through, I believe, FBCS. So the charter school email should give you access to Outlook Streams. Or you could put it on your OneDrive and then share the link through your OneDrive and upload it that way. Your product that you create and how you present your product with video lighting, like actually trying to light your product, make it look nice on camera. The narrator or the characters in your video must be positive, no eye rolling. You gotta fake it. You gotta be an actor that is acting through your product and saying it the best possible light possible. Don't go silly on me with this. Really take it to heart, unless of course the silliness is part of the character that you're trying to do. The product can be your prototype that you're using, and you got to demonstrate creativity of the video itself and how you design it and put it together. That's 15 points. You need to have a storyline or a plot. That is, what is it? Why do people use it? Why do people need it? Why do people enjoy it? And the it is your product. And then how does your product work? How does it work? And then why is your product so amazing? That's 10 points for the storyline. I am also looking for a type of propaganda used. Now, you are not limited to only using one of these. You can use a combination of all of them if you want. But it's going to be 10 points for you guys to actually have your propaganda, and then you must do either a paragraph or a video reflection on the type of propaganda you use throughout and how you demonstrate or how you actually worked it into the commercials. You have to explain it, the behind the scenes, what you're trying to accomplish with that propaganda. I also included in here because a lot of you guys were kind of touching upon pathos, which is appealing to emotions. And that, I believe, is kind of like almost like glittering generality, but you really were going into the emotional effect of your commercials in your project that you guys did before the break. So I want to include Aristotle's triad of persuasion, which, by the way, is probably the oldest form of propaganda, which is on the list. Which I think is amazing because they were talking about manipulating people or persuading people back then. The next thing I want you guys to look at is getting royalty-free background music or a personal voiceover or both. Now, music is very, very, very powerful to have in your commercial. And I really would like you guys to have some royalty-free music. Now, if you create a YouTube channel, I believe in the software. So let's see if I can go here real quick. All right, looks like let's go ahead and look at the YouTube channel I have for Teaching Beyond the Standards that I use for your guys' notes in class. If you look down here, you have Audio Library. You click on that, and you're going to get all this royalty-free music, and you even have sound effects that you can use. But you can also type in, let's say you want dubstep, because I know how you guys just love dubstep. And let's say we go to this one here, Meta Crush. I have no idea what that is, but let's play it. Let's see if you guys can hear it. This is by the artist MK2. Alright, well that's just plain painful and horrible. Let's go to Invisible by Vibe Tracks. They're actually a pretty good group. Oh yeah, I think I actually used this in one of your notes. So what you can do is download it. See it downloading up here. You open up the folder, copy that, and then move it into and then you can upload it from there into your video. So you can use, that's one way to get free royalty music. You can also find YouTube channels that have free royalty music and then use your recording device to record it or whatnot. Now the video recorder that I'm using right now is called OBS, and it is free and open source, and what it does is it records your screen as you're looking at it. See, you're kind of going into an infinity shot here, but it's recording my screen. And I can go back to this page here. All right, now the last thing I want from you guys is a paragraph, which is the minimum 5 sentences, or you can do a video reflection, a vlog, after your video. So you're going to do 2 of those responses, which would be here for your propaganda. And I think that is the 2 I'm using. And you have to basically go through your editing skills that you learned, the program that you used, what you learned from the editing process, how you learned your skills, and what were your successes, failures, and then what you would have done differently if you could. Now, let's say you're using a video camera and you're using the editing software with that, or you're using a phone app. You can basically have your commercial and then edit this vlog into your video afterwards. If that doesn't work because of your editing software, then you would just do your vlogs, maybe do your 2 vlogs here, and then submit it as a separate file that you would upload and then share the link to. Now, some tips I have for you guys is make sure that that you basically stabilize your video shots with your camera. So no shaky camera stuff. So you don't want to move around with your camera very much. You just want to hold it in place, and then you want to stop the camera or pause it and then move to a different angle and then shoot a different angle. You want to take also between 2 and 3 seconds from the beginning of your shot and the end. So you don't want to have the person, your actor, start talking until 2 or 3 seconds after you say action, or 2 or 3 seconds after you start shooting. That way you don't cut off their statement and you get their emotional response as they change. You can edit that down. Same thing when you shut the camera off. You want to at least give 2 or 3 seconds so you can edit or trim that. It just makes a cleaner video overall when you do the editing process. You need to change your camera angle about 3 to 7 seconds. Now, if you look at a commercial, most commercials now I think are even below 3 seconds. It's just crazy how fast the camera angles are changing. 7 seconds, I'm willing, because some of you guys are doing this for the very, very, very first time. 7 seconds, I'm willing to go with you on that. But you want to definitely try and have your camera angle change quite a bit to create different visual effects. Use your cell phone's audio recording app. Most cell phones, you can get a very basic audio recording app to do a voiceover, and I noticed that doing a voiceover holding your phone very close to your mouth when you're doing your recording or your audio it works well, and so you can do that. Right now I'm actually using a gamer headset to record this, and I know it sounds terrible, and so gamer headsets are terrible. Some video editing software you can use is on your microphone, on your computer as well. You just want to be in a quiet place and watch out for echoes, and you'll know what I mean when you listen to a few samples that you try. Also, use YouTube tutorials to learn how to use your editing software. Search your editing software and tutorial after it, and some things will pop up and show you some easy tricks to use. And then obviously, which I discussed before, use royalty-free music. That way you won't get flagged or a copyright strike on your video, because I would like to upload these videos to the school YouTube account. I might put it on my Teaching Beyond the Standards, and then give you guys a link to the playlist, and then keep it all hidden. Unless you guys want it out there on the web, then I can do that for you. But other than that, I will probably keep it hidden, and then have you guys look at each other's videos and see your own commercials, which will be fun. Now, as far as the due date goes, I'm setting this due date for the 14th, and then the last chance. So if you screw up or something goes bad or your computer melts down or whatever, the last chance you have for submission is 1 p.m. I will not guarantee that your video will get uploaded for others to see if you put it that late. That's literally the last chance to submit anything in the course, because I have to turn around and grade it and get it posted for the office. I will not make it if everybody submits at this time here. So just be aware of that. Please don't push it to this limit. This is where I need it by to give you a really good grade, give it a positive feedback. Here you're not going to get much feedback at all, because I'm going to be in a race to get the grades turned into the office. So this is where I would like you guys to submit here. It'll give you time for the feedback. You might even get a time for people to view it, and it'll be a lot more fun submitting it here. Anyway, it's 70 points, and that looks like a lot, and it is compared to the tests that are out there so far. You guys will have a final exam on the last week of school as well, and it is obviously open note, and it'll be for vocab set 1 through 5. All right, I hope this video helps in explaining the video that you guys are going to be working on, the commercial. I hope this guy leads you into some direction if you guys have no clue on what kind of video software to use. He seems to have a pretty good grasp on it, and I really do like DaVinci for a free open source, as well as the first one that he talked about, which I believe was Shortcut. So that's all I got. If you guys have questions, please email me. Send me a question versus via email or in Canvas, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, I hope that works for you guys. Take care.